Okay, welcome back. This is our project progress vlog for humane transport. We'll start by reintroducing everyone. My name is Kelly and I am the Scrum Master. My job is to lead our team with the Scrum ceremonies and also lead our progress on the project.
Hi, this is Mansi Patel. My job is to investigate tools required to develop the application. So it's a tech hunter.
Hi, I'm Sana and I'm Scrum Product Owner. My job is to gather all the requirements and present our product to client.
My name is Clark. I'm a tech hunter. I'm responsible for investigating software tools that will be used for our project development.
Just a recap on what our project is. We're Humane Transport and we're designing and developing a proof of concept mobile app to replace the present Canadian animal transportation records made by the CFIA. We're not affiliated or endorsed by the CFIA for this project. We're about to record our progress here on the Sprint 1 review. So Sana, if you will.
Yeah, so we had a client meeting by the end of our previous sprint. And what we basically covered in that meeting was our specification for apps. And it included like a lot about users, so what kind of users we'll have and what kind of content we should have on our app, which led to our form breakdown. So we found we basically have CFA has like 3 major forms, and each has like their own rules and regulations. So ATR has provided several sections for each form. So we decided to create wiki pages on GitHub for each form breakdown, and it covers information that is required for each form and their time of update. So when do we need to fill out that form, how long that form has to be stored in our database. So that kind of information is all in the wiki pages that we made for form breakdown. Yeah, so it will really help us to create a mega form later on. And the other things that we discussed in the client meeting was the expectations and contingency plans. So what if something goes wrong during the transport? So yeah, these kind of things that we discussed will really help us to design our app.
There was also some investigation on documentation and development tools. I believe Clark was investigating tools similar to the stories on board or the user story mapping software. Could you talk a bit about that?
Yeah, so I looked at possible software tools for creating user story mapping or USM. Most USM tools are paid, so finding the best one was quite hard. I finally narrowed it down to two lists. First one is Cardboard It. Cardboard It is free for, well, they advertise their software as free for life, but there's a small text there that it's only free for 30 days. So there's a little bit of a confusion there. And then the next one is Mira. It's similar to Story on Board. They offer a free subscription for students like us. We just need to provide our student ID and some kind of proof that we're registered to University of Regina. So in my opinion, I think we're going to use Mira for our USM.
Some further things with our sprint. It is still in progress, of course, until October 26th. Most of our tasks that are done involve the breakdown of animal record documentation. Some tasks in progress right now include investigating new ways of documenting our project, as well as some requirements for the application itself. For example, Mansi, you were investigating our options for an application database.
So yes, I have been investigating the database that requires for our mobile application. And also I am in contact with Dr. Galowitz. He has provided us AWS EC2 instance. It is a virtual server in Amazon's Elastic Compute Cloud in order to running our application. So we can run our database server on the AWS EC2 instance. Also, I have found different database like SQLite, MongoDB, and MariaDB for our mobile application.
Yes, we're really moving forward with both front-end and back-end requirements at this time. One major step that was taken towards the back-end requirements is our choice of multi-platform project base. We actually made some steps towards using Kotlin Multiplatform Mobile as our project. Clark was the first member of our team to investigate that. Could you speak towards that?
So yeah, as for my first investigation about KMM or Kotlin multi-platform, well, my personal experience who uses Windows for programming development, I found out that using KMM, well, setting it up, it was quite hard. So the moment I opened my IDE, my IntelliJ IDE, I got an error message. That error message, well, once I solved that, there's another error message. And then once I solve the error, there's another one. So I found myself in a loop, a constant loop, and finally found out that um, the, the error was, it's because of JVM version and the JDK I was using. But yeah, when Kelly tried this on her Mac computer, Kelly, can you talk about that? Like, what's your
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I have IntelliJ on my Mac, and I found setting up the project was quite simple. It was just a template on the IntelliJ IDE that I imported and then gave it the Android SDK and JDK it required. One special thing to note, Windows developers are unable to test the iOS or the Swift code of the application simply because Apple only allows for development of Apple devices on Apple devices. So that gave us some difficulty. Thankfully, however, 2 members of our team do have access to Mac devices. So Kotlin Multiplatform Mobile is an option for our team to develop our application simply because we can test all platforms we aim to develop for. For future sprints, I do foresee us doing some backlog refinement. We'll need to be taking steps towards GUI prototypes, lo-fi and hi-fi. We'll actually be using the user story mapping software in order to do that and guide that. Once we have these prototypes, we'll be testing them with our client using alpha beta testing techniques. And we'll be further investigating tools that could help us with developing what the client wants. So we do foresee a backlog refinement probably in sprint 1, start of sprint 2, and that should feed us into our future sprints. So we have an open discussion here for the end of our meeting. I'll just read out the questions and see if we have anyone who would like to respond. Does the team feel on track?
Yeah, we
I
are
feel
on
like
track.
yeah, I feel like we're on track, even though we extended our sprint for 1 more week. But yeah, I feel like we're on track. We finished what we want to do. So yeah.
Yeah, we are working on the requirements as well as the backend and front-end requirements. So I think we are pretty good in our designing phase. So gathering all the requirements for front-end, from backend, and all the specifications. So we are on track.
Is there any progress that the team feels particularly good about right now?
So yeah, I would say that the requirements that we are gathering, that documentation is going so well. We are making so much documentation on the requirements, that is really going well.
Mm-hmm. What about some barriers? Do we feel like we have anything that's really standing in our way right now?
So for the KMM, I found out that KMM is in alpha phase. Well, according to Colin's website, well, they say that use this at your own risk. Now, I'm just concerned that if we release this, let's say we finish this one, and then Kotlin decided to drop out this project with the KMM project, I feel like that's gonna something to discuss about with our team if we're
Yeah.
Yeah.
going to use that.
Mhm.
But I'm not sure if that's possible. I'm just thinking of worst case scenario.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a good idea.
Mhm.
Is there any does the team feel like there's like any help we need at this time from perhaps university professors or mentors?
At this moment, no.
No, I think Tim is really good at providing feedback. So like we really get to know what he wants and w- what are his expectations. So I think we're on track. And if there is something that needs help, and Tim is going to tell us.
Yeah, and also like
Or
we are,
well,
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I'm done.
Okay, so also like we are building these issues and everyone is speaking by their own and they are working very hard. So I think it's going, we at this time, we do not require the help.
Okay. Is there any other questions or concerns at this time?
No,
No,
I think I'm good.
Okay. Well, that concludes our project progress vlog. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you.